Am I the only one who is still traumatized by some of the meals they were served when they were young? I attended a boarding school, secondary school, and some of the meals we were served were nothing to write home about. I mean, beans happens to be one of them. You know, all those beans where there is water separate and you can literally count the amount of beans on your plate. Yeah, that's it. And then now that I'm grown, I usually take my time to cook my beans, and that's why I'm deciding to share my recipe with you guys. So I already boiled my beans in my pressure pot and then washed that thoroughly, set that aside, and then I usually just proceed to prepare my stew base by adding some palm oil into my pot, and then afterwards I would add some onions into the pot. I usually just allow the onions to caramelize for some time. I'm going to just stir that continuously, allow my hands to do some exercise. Yeah, so just kidding. So I'm just going to stir that continuously, and then once I'm done stirring, I like to use fish in my beans. Personally, I love fish, so I usually like to incorporate them into my meals. So I added some fish into my pot and then stirred that together and then added some crayfish powder. I'm just going to stir that together and then let it just fry just a little bit. I mean, to release all those crayfish flavors and bala flavors into my oil. We are building flavors. I love it. I love building flavors. Then afterwards, and then I'm just going to proceed to add some of those roughly blended pepper, stir that together, and then I'm going to add my seasoning. I usually use the seasoning for this method of beans because we are preparing a stew base. So I'm going to also add some salt and then just stir that together. Well, I also added plantain for into my meal. I added plantain into this beans, so I did not boil the plantain before, but this is the right plantain, so I just added it to the stew and then let that cook for some time alongside with the pepper. So as I'm frying the pepper, the plantain too was just cooking inside. And then afterwards, I proceeded to add my already cooked beans into the peppered base. And once I added the beans into the peppered base, I just stir that together as well. Let that cook and added some water into the mixture. Once I added water into the mixture, stir that together. And then at this point, what I usually just do is just to taste the beans. I'm just going to adjust for more seasoning if required, more salt if it required. And then if it required more water, I'm just going to add some more water. I don't like my beans to be running at the same time, from my experience, at the same time not too thick. Then I added some more crayfish, allowed that to cook, and then this is my beans. It is ready. If you taste these beans, I am not even joking. You saw the process. If you taste it, you're going to go back for more. Thank you for watching.